I've been using Kartra for over 2 years, and this is going to be an in-depth, no BS review. I'm going to go over all the major features, pricing, value against other platforms, pros, cons, and ultimately help you decide if Kartra is the right tool for your business. Hi, my name is Kevin, and on this channel, I help entrepreneurs like you make money online by creating and selling digital products. I've been doing this for over 12 years, and each week I bring you a new video sharing the best of everything I'm learning. So make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss an upload. This is going to be the most in-depth Kartra review you see, so I've broken everything down into sections. You can check the timeline down below to skip to the section you want or rewatch the parts you're most interested in. I reviewed Kartra back in 2020, and so this is my updated review for 2023 because a lot has changed in those last 2 years. There's been a ton of new features added, and I can't wait to show you. So let's dive right in. So firstly, what exactly is Kartra? Well, it is a all-in-one marketing automation or business suite that you can use to basically run your entire online business in. It has e-commerce, a landing page builder, you can manage your leads and prospects in a CRM, it has funnels and campaigns, automated email, you can run membership sites, surveys and quizzes, you can host videos, it has a help desk, it has calendars, it has forms, it has affiliate management, an agency functionality, it even has a marketplace you can sell things within. So that's right, it is an enormous suite of tools that basically, as I said, it's the only tool you need in many cases to start and grow a business. Now, what makes Kartra so special is that it's not just a number of these tools kind of split out in different places and you get access to these 14 or 15 different independent tools. No, all of these tools are actually integrated with each other and they talk to each other. So let's say, for example, someone lands on a landing page, they get an email, they watch a video, they go on your calendar, they fill in a form, they submit a help desk ticket, you name it. All of those activities are tracked within Kartra and attached to that contact profile. So you can get really, really advanced with your marketing and just having information on your customers and your prospects. So we'll get into all of that in the appropriate section. But so the first thing to know why Kartra is different is all of these tools are actually tightly integrated out of the box. So they're not separate tools. Now, the other thing that makes Kartra different is it actually helps you use all of these tools. So one thing is to have all of these 14, 15 tools that you can use, but unless you're a digital marketing master or you have a ton of time, how are you actually going to put this all together? Well, Kartra actually helps you by having these one-click done-for-you campaigns. And that's exactly what we're going to jump into. So let's go to the Kartra backend. So here we are in the Kartra backend and we are in the available campaigns area. And so as you can see here, there are a ton of done for you one-click campaigns. So for example, let's say you're launching a masterclass. It's a webinar-like campaign for cold traffic. So you can see what the description is there and you want to launch this masterclass. Well, you can play the video.
Welcome to the map.
And it's going to explain what the campaign is and everything it's going to build for you. So you'll see they'll create a registration page, a presentation page, product checkout, thank you page. It's going to do some of this additional triggering for you. And it'll walk through how all of it works. I won't watch this video here for the sake of time. If that's the one you want, you just hit deploy campaign, give it a test name here, and then in just a few seconds, it's actually going to import all of these assets for you and create it all, set it up, tag everything correctly, and then walk you through step by step how to customize them. And so as you can see here, it's actually created all of these things for you. It's created your tags, your lists, it's created your video placeholders, it's created email sequences and follow-ups you can use, it's created a product for you, it's created all the pages, and it's created a form. So you can actually see everything there. You can get a quick overview. Just go here. You can go view assets. And these are all the elements it created for you. I'll just show you, for example, the pages it created. So if you just go to pages, you can see what it's created for you. And then you would go in here and edit the pages. Again, I'm going to get into each section individually, but the thing to take away here is that it created all of these assets for you and it's walking you through step by step how to successfully customize them so that you can personalize it for obviously what you're selling and your business. And again, that was just one example, but you could do it to build a list. This is probably one of the first campaigns you want to have. You can do it if you want to, say, launch a product. So there's campaigns. You can go in here, you can view all the assets, and it's going to build all of that for you. Now, I went through that pretty quickly, and I'm going to go over a lot of the features pretty quickly because there's a lot to cover, and I don't want this to be a 5-hour video for you. I'm trying to get you the information you need to make a decision. However, on my channel, I actually have an in-depth video tutorial for the campaign builder and pretty much everything else we're going to cover. So after you watch this review video, if you want to learn more about any specific video, check out the channel, and I have an in-depth video for pretty much everything. So now that we've covered the one-click campaigns and you know what they are, now I want to take you through some of the individual components and features that make up those campaigns and really anything else you're trying to build, like for example, a masterclass. So I'm going to take you over again pretty quickly all of those features. Let's start with the e-commerce or product features. So Kartra is a fully featured e-commerce system, so you can sell anything online. I've configured a number of products you can see here. The masterclass we just imported, it just added it as a product for us, so you can already see how the template builder kind of automatically creates all the components you need. But I'll give you an example here. Here's one of my products, and you can basically set up all your products. You can set up your pricing, you can set up your checkout pages, your sale, you can do affiliate stuff. Again, I won't go through it all. You can create advanced tracking links, you have coupons, you can set up sales tax, billing, you can even have the product sold as an affiliate. You have detailed analytics. So basically you can sell your digital and physical products through Kartra. You can set it up with all kinds of customizable options. Hopping over to the website, just to give you a quick example, you can see here, you can have multiple price points, one-click transactions, there's upsells, you can do installments, you can do recurring, you can do multi-step checkouts or single step. So many options. Basically, anything you want to do in any other dedicated e-commerce product, you can do here in Kartra. Like I said, cross-sells, upsells, downsells, order bumps, all of the advanced funnel tactics in order to maximize your conversions and revenue per customer and order. Analytics, as I said, custom fields, everything there. So super secure, amazing. You can use PayPal, you can set up your own payment gateway, whether that's Stripe or Square or anything else you're using, so many different options as well. Now, the next thing Kartra is a fully featured customer relationship management system, a CRM. It's your contact database. I will show you how detailed it is. So let's find myself, one of my test accounts, just because I don't want to obviously show anyone's personal information here. So you can see the lists I'm in, communications, emails, what memberships I'm in, the surveys I've done, calendars, transactions I've done, and a detailed log of everything I've ever done in Kartra. So this again is the power of what I was saying about everything being integrated. So in one place you can see emails, sequences, memberships, surveys, results, any calendar work they've done, their help desk tickets, everything in one place. So this is a really fully fledged CRM system. And again, to give you a little bit more flavor of what it can do, you can see right here, full details. You can see everything they've done like I showed you. You can also do advanced tagging and lead scoring. I do this. So basically you can give people a score for certain activities they've done and then put them in a different sequence. So for example, if you want to give someone 5 points for visiting a web page, opening an email, whatever it may be, then when that person achieves a certain lead score, then you can trigger another behavior like an email to go out to them, or they see a certain section on a website. I know that sounds super advanced, and it is, and what's amazing here is that you can grow into this. Features like this are only in systems like HubSpot, Marketo, Pardot, which are like thousands of dollars. Like I'm talking 30, 40 grand a year. So it's actually very impressive that it has lead scoring and lead tagging here. Of course, you can import leads and all of that if you're moving from another system, like a lot of people might be. You might be moving from a dedicated email system to Kartra, and so of course you can batch import. And the other thing you can do is you can add them to very specific sequences. You can tag them with specific tags, and that actually dovetails into our next feature, which is the email functionality. So Kartra has two kinds of emails. It has one-off emails you can send to a dedicated list, And it has automated email sequences that you can have sent out when certain behaviors and conditions are triggered. Let's just talk about the one-off emails. As you can see here, here are some simple text-based emails that I've created, and I'll now show you a more complex sequence. So here's one of my sequences as an example. It can get really, really advanced. You can set up your triggers. Basically, if they opted in from a certain form, a list, they ordered something, they visited a page, they're in a sequence. Again, I have an in-depth video covering all of this, so I encourage you to watch that. But just know that you can do pretty much anything you can do in any advanced email builder. You can have splitting trees, you can have conditional statements, you can have multiple emails, you can have split tests. It's fully featured. Let's hop over to the website here and we'll go over some of the highlights. It has an amazing template builder. And I'll actually show you really quickly how easy it is to create emails. It has a fully featured email designer. So here's a simple text email. And you can see all the variables you can pull in. But if you actually want to have a more graphical email, it has actually full templates you can use. You could just drag it in here and you can start customizing it just like any other email template builder. And again, I have a full video on this if you are interested. Quickly hopping over to the website again, you can see all the templates it has. You can personalize, you can do split tests, you can do all sorts of automations. You can get all the analytics just like any other good email platform to see how your emails are performing. And one very cool thing it has is actually it's not just email, it's also SMS. So if you see here in the back end, if you have an SMS gateway integrated and you're collecting phone numbers through Kartra, you can actually send out text messages, not just emails, which is super powerful for multi-touch and really making sure you're getting in front of your best customers, especially high-ticket customers. So when I say Kartra really is a fully featured tool that has so many advanced marketing features, I really do mean it. We're going to talk about the landing page builder next, but just before we move on, if you're getting value out of this video, please hit that like button. It really helps me and the video out. Consider subscribing to the channel if you want more great Kartra content. And now let's jump over to the landing page builder features. So here we are in the back end for the landing page builder, and basically it has templates for pretty much any use case you want. So let's say, for example, you want a simple squeeze page to get some email addresses. You can see so many examples here. You can preview them and you can just select them. And all of these pages are going to be just as easy to customize, but I'll just pick one for the example here. Let's go here. You pick the one you want. You go launch builder. Let's just call it test 5 or something. You can organize it, of course, into different categories. You can set up a specific site so everything has matching elements if you want to carry over your tags and carry over your descriptions and even analytics tags and things. Again, I have a whole video on the landing page builder on the channel, so check it out if you want to learn more because I'm going to go through this pretty quickly. And so you just click create. It loads the page builder in a few seconds, and here we are. And basically, if you can use email or anything else, you can edit this. You just click and you just change the words, and everything is just drag and drop, visual editor, super easy to use. If you want more components, you can grab them here. You can get buttons, you can get entire sections, in fact, if you want like a new hero or something. Obviously I'm doing this fast, don't do something so ugly. But that's how easy it is. You can check it out on mobile and see how that's all working out, and when you're ready you can publish that. It has also alert bars, it has pop-ups if you want to capture people when they're trying to exit, or if you want it to pop up at a certain time or when they scroll in the page. Again, check out the full video if you want to learn more. And hopping over just to the Kartra website to give you a little bit more context as well, it has tons of features. It has split tests, you can save your pages and come back to it. It has drafts, it has pre-built elements and components and pages. So it's not like you just have to work with the templates. As I showed you, you can actually drag in little sections to customize these pages even more. If there's one section the landing page template doesn't have that you need to add, you can see all the tons of examples here, all sorts of pop-ups as I mentioned. You can add your forms, and of course split testing, because it's so important. You can actually serve an A and a B version of a page automatically, and Kartra will determine which is the winner for you. So if you're like, hey, should I go with this offer or this offer or this button or this image, you can test all of those and Kartra will help you determine a winner automatically. Very cool, in-depth analytics. can show you that. It actually has heat maps, which is so cool. I'll show you here on the back end because that's one of my favorite features. And so we go to engagement here on the back end. Say you pick a page, whichever one here, doesn't matter. You can actually see how far people are getting along in your page, what people are reading. Very cool. Super detailed analytics for your pages to make sure you understand what's working and what's not. And going down the list, Kartra also has forms, and it functions like any good form you expect. You can have custom fields, and you can have regular forms. You can have pop-up forms. Really not much to talk about here, but it works as expected. It has templates. You can do some cool stuff like adding video into your forms. Again, what's awesome is everything is tagged in Kartra from that form without any integration, so that's pretty cool. You can do everything like single and double opt-in if you want to have certain compliance levels. Again, exit intent pop-up forms. Of course, you can brand it and get all your details. And of course, you can even run specific automations off of their form responses. All kinds of cool interactions and pop-ups you can have here. You can have it slide, you can have it drop in. So basically, everything you want to do with a form, Kartra can do. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is the memberships feature, one of the most popular features in Kartra, and that lets you create an online course or a recurring membership or even a single payment membership right within Kartra. Quickly looking over here, we can see it replaces things like Teachable, Kajabi, Thinkific, so many others, and it is a fully fledged membership builder, especially for 2023, because one of the biggest features used to be that it didn't have surveys, and now it has it. And so that really just filled the one gap that the membership builder used to have. And so you can see here, it's fully featured. You can see how far they're progressing in your courses. You can give them badges. You can do automated content. You can actually have it release automatically, or you can have it release timed, or you can have different membership levels. You can configure it to your heart's content. And so it has detailed analytics, has templates, so you can easily build these courses. In fact, let me actually show you one of the memberships that I run. What you're looking at is my Kartra free Rapid Funnel Builder Masterclass, and it teaches you how to sign up for Kartra, how to do your domain and everything, learn all the basics, tags, landing pages, email automation, how to put it together in a campaign or a membership site, how to run webinars with Kartra, so many other tutorials. And so yes, you can get access to this for free. All you have to do is click the link in the description and sign up. But I'll also show you now how editing things works. It's pretty much just like the landing page builder. You just click on it, you edit it, and you can just drag in anything you like, components. Again, just like in here, if you go in the course, you'll be able to see that I teach you how to actually build a membership site, in-depth video. So super meta here, but I wanted to show you how easy it is to build a membership site. And I suggest you check out that video if you really want the nitty-gritty on how to do it. There's so many options. You can literally do almost anything you're thinking about for a membership site or an online course Kartra can create. Now, going down the list, video. Kartra has an amazing video hosting and serving platform. You don't need a Vistia or Vimeo or to use YouTube where it's all public, basically. And I love YouTube. I'm on YouTube. But when it comes to professional video, sometimes you don't want to compete with having videos up where it goes to someone else's video or the algorithm serves something else. So, especially on your landing pages. And so basically Kartra lets you upload videos and you can brand it and you can do all of the things. But what makes it super cool is actually you can do call to actions where you can have an opt-in form in your video, an image banner, a caption, a button. You could even do something crazy like have the video lock halfway until they do a social share. So it has really advanced video features. You can actually tag leads. You could actually tag someone who watches the whole video and then send them an email, or if someone abandons the video halfway, you could send that person an email. So cool. Video is the future of content and it's the hottest thing, and Kartra has all of the features you need. Again, branding, we talked about that. You have complete control. You can watermark it. You can see how far they watched in the video and you can tag them and then trigger other things. Like I said, off those tags, you can do lead capture. You can see detailed analytics, who's doing what. And at the end of your video, like I said, you can even pop up a product or something else you want to sell them right away to capture them in the moment. So super advanced features Kartra has when it comes to video. Next, let's talk about the calendar. So if you are a coach or a consultant and you want to have a calendar, you can actually set up your times you're available and all sorts of things here. I'll show you over here. It's a little easier to explain. It has all the features you would want to connect with your clients. So you don't need a Calendly or anything like that. You can see here, you can have a branded calendar. You can have multiple calendars. And so you can do time zones. You can do real-time booking management here. You can look at your calendar in a nice view. You can see your sessions. You can actually have paid calendar appointments that are integrated with Kartra. So the calendar slots are a product. You can see here, there's the consultant model. There's the recurring class model. If you're doing a membership that has a live component, you can do events on it. You can do like the gym subscription. So these are all the kinds of calendars you might need based on the type of business you offer. And all of it is supported. And again, all of it's integrated. So you don't need to worry about, okay, how do I make my calendar work with my masterclass, work with my products? And then how do I see who did all of that? It's all integrated for you automatically. And you could sync it if you want with an external thing like Google Calendar, which is a very cool feature. Reminders, free and paid appointments. I talked about that. So fully featured calendar that replaces all the other calendar programs you might have to get. Next feature is, and I mentioned this earlier, Kartra used to not have this. And so that was one of the biggest drawbacks for Kartra. You know, it didn't have the quizzes and surveys and you'd have to use an external tool. And I always hated that, but now they actually have it. And so it's pretty much what you expect, right? It's a quiz and survey builder. And the greatest thing about it is all of this information is tied to the contacts. So it's not like you're using a Survey Monkey or something else. And then you're like, how do I get all that data into the database for my contacts are, and then map them? None of that time wasting, right? It's a survey builder. It lets you build anything you want. And you can see quizzes and results, and I'll show you over here. But the coolest thing about it is the fact that it's included in Kartra and the data is in one place. So you don't need a Woofu or a Typeform or Survey Monkey, like I said. You can see, you can build it. There's all kinds of answers, and you can have multiple choice. You can have images. You can have video. You can have quizzing that's scored, and all the other things you would imagine in any other survey or quiz builder. But the data, I would say, is the greatest reason for having it in here. So huge game changer for Kartra when they added this, I believe in 2021, late 2021. Next, when you're selling products, you obviously need to support your customers, and people have questions, and that's how you build good customer relationships. Kartra has a built-in help desk. So you can see here, you can create multiple help desks. You can set up tickets, canned responses, signatures, labels. You can even have a live chat. You can have canned responses, all the analytics. Head over to the Kartra website. You'll see here, you don't need a Zendesk or anything else. You can have multiple agents. You can have departments. You can have billing in your help desk, which is huge. There's even live chat, which is very cool, right? That's like, you wouldn't even imagine that Kartra would have not just email support, but chat support built in. Real multi-agent live chat. You can have different statuses. You can see the chat logs. It's all integrated, again, automatically. So you can see what contact did what. They bought this product. They went to the help desk 9 times. Maybe they're having a bad time or something. And then they got refunded. And then you gave them a discount or a promo. All of that captured in one place. So very, very cool. And again, full on analytics, just like everything in Kartra. And you can do billing. There's a wiki, which is awesome, so that you can get your agents the information you need, especially if they're like questions that are frequently answered. You can also have like these proactive messages that could prompt your customer to do something. So it's actually a very cool marketing conversion tactic. Not only is it a reactive sort of thing in the background, if you've been on many sites, you might have seen like there's a sort of prompt there to try and get you to do something. You can see here, you could have the 20% off coupon while they're browsing a certain page. You could set it up with Kartra that it's only for people who watch the full version of this video, or someone who bought product A but didn't buy product B and they're back on your website, and now this could trigger for them. So this is just the level of automation and advanced customized marketing you can have because everything is integrated. Next, let's talk about integrations. You can see I've set up a bunch of integrations already. So if we just hop over to the site, you can see it has tons of native integrations. So obviously the payment gateways, PayPal, Stripe, Authorize.net, or Braintree, whatever you want to use. You can also integrate it with a bunch of other things, as you can see here, SMS gateways, for example. So effectively, tons of options for you to integrate Kartra with something else if you have a custom use case. Lastly, I want to talk about the agency functionality. Effectively, you can use Kartra to have Kartra sub-accounts to run your agency with. So now this is, of course, a specific use case if you do run an agency. And so obviously it's not for everyone. But if that is one of your use cases, then you can actually run your agency in Kartra and have one master account and then control all your other sub-accounts. You can see all their sales and you can give your clients different level of permissions so that only you can edit it, or maybe they can edit it, all sorts of stuff. You can have different contractors, and so all sorts of controls for your agency and billing and client reporting. You can even co-brand actually your agency, as you can see here. And you actually get a 40% discount for each Kartra instance. So you could pass that along to your client or charge them if you want. Hey, I'm not judging, do whatever you want. I actually have a full agency video on the channel, so if that's your use case, you definitely want to check that out. Two other quick things I want to cover is the marketplace and affiliates. So one thing about Kartra is it also helps you sell your product. So it actually has a marketplace where you can list your product and then presumably people can find it and buy it directly from there. And there's also affiliates on there who can sell your product on your behalf, and then you can give them a commission. So both of those can be set up through Kartra. You can see each of your products has an affiliate section, or you can get here in the marketplace and list your product. So just two other channels you can use to make sales, which just comes out of the box with Kartra, which is very cool. Now, obviously, I've talked about a lot of the great features Kartra has, and before I jump into the pricing and value, I just want to talk about a few things that are cons or shortcomings of Kartra that I've found over the years. Firstly, I'm glad that they addressed the surveys and quizzes one, because that was one of the biggest glaring holes, but thankfully for 2023, that one is addressed. Now, the other thing they've addressed since my last review is autosave. So it used to be the case that Kartra didn't have autosave for email and landing pages. And this would drive me nuts, because sometimes, again, not all the time, but sometimes you'll be writing up an email, you've written like 2 paragraphs, and the page will refresh or something will happen. You'll accidentally browse away or whatever happens, or you close the tab by accident and all your work is gone and you got to start over. And so what I used to have to do was copy and paste the text into a notepad. And same with the landing pages, right? You build all these components and then you forgot to save and then it crashes, or the page refreshes, or your internet connection drops. All the things happen, right? With any online website, and you lose it all. So thankfully, Kartra now has auto saving. And I would say 19 out of 20 times it'll save you if you forgot to manually save. So thankfully, that issue is largely resolved. The other thing to be mindful of is while Kartra can technically create websites and blogs, it is not very good at those things. What I mean is, firstly, websites, it's not like a WordPress or a fully featured CMS. It's not going to have dynamic elements that'll go across pages and widgets and all of the things you can do with WordPress. Obviously, it can't do that. So if you're looking to have a really custom website that's multi-page, you might need something like WordPress on top of Kartra. I actually have a video talking about WordPress plus Kartra, so check that out if you're interested. The other thing is, again, the blog functionality. Technically, it can make blog pages, but frankly, it's not great. Everything is pretty much static, and these are like blog posts that you're creating one by one. It's not a great experience. Simple websites Kartra can make. Blog, I would probably use an external blogging system, either something like a WordPress or like just use Medium or any other free service like that, Blogger, online service. And so you can just hook that up to your Kartra. Now, another thing is, and this is almost not fair to say, but Kartra does have a steeper learning curve than many other tools. And that's simply because it's like 14, 15 tools. Like obviously, if you're just learning email, then that's just one product to learn. But in Kartra, because you get all of these features, you sort of have to learn them all. Obviously, you don't have to learn them all at once, but for some people that can be kind of daunting, where it's like, whoa, there's so much stuff in here, I'm a little overwhelmed. And that's also why I made the Rapid Funnel Builder course, to kind of walk you through just the basics of what you need to build your first campaign or funnel, and then learn as you go. So check that out. But it does have a steeper learning curve because it's such a big tool. But the advantage there is that you can grow into it. But it is worth noting that you're not going to go and like be a master in a week of Kartra. Like, you're not. That's just not the kind of tool it is. And lastly, just to set the right expectations. Kartra's feature set, like it has 14, 15 tools, but sometimes it's not as good as a dedicated tool that only does that one thing. But that's also pretty obvious, right? For example, is Kartra as good of an education platform as something that solely does online courses but has nothing else? Probably not. Is Kartra as good of a calendar solution that's something that has solely does calendars? Probably not. Like we're talking about, Kartra will have 80 to 95% of the functionality, and the advantage Kartra would have is everything is integrated. So that's the trade-off there. But just to know that obviously, Kartra is not going to be better than a discrete tool that only does one thing. So depending on what that tool is, again, like I said, Kartra comes really close sometimes, or in some cases even has unique elements that tool doesn't have, but sometimes it's not as fully fledged of a help desk as a fully featured like Zendesk, right? It's going to do 85, 90% of it. And for most people, that's enough, but it is something to be mindful of and to have the right expectations. So now let's talk about pricing and value. So clearly Kartra gives you a ton of functionality, but what do you have to pay to get that functionality? Well, thankfully, Kartra is actually reasonably priced and is probably one of the best deals when it comes to marketing automations. So you can see all the plans here, and what I really like about their pricing is it's super fair. You're not locked out of any functionalities just because you use the starter. So you can see here, other than if you need to run an agency, which again is a very specific use case, you get access to every single feature just with lower limits. So you can see here with the starter plan, the number of leads you get, the number of emails, the bandwidth, 100 pages, videos. So you can very reasonably start your business and start making some real sales with the starter plan, if that's what you want. Now, of course, the silver plan is a great value and you get the Kartra agency feature as well. And you can just see that basically the tiers, and as your usage grows, just goes up, and you can see the pricing there. You also get a 25% discount for going annual, and at $79 a month, the starter plan is an absolute steal. But I really wanted to take this a step further and quantify the value of Kartra if you were to get a number of comparable individual solutions instead of getting Kartra. So what you're looking at here is some of the major functionality Kartra has and some comparable solutions which would give you similar functionality. Now, what I've done here is be super conservative, and I've actually chosen the lowest plan, as you'll see in the monthly cost category. So you can see landing pages, lead pages, unbound starting at 48, Aweber, MailChimp, so on and so forth. And if you add all of this up, you'll actually see that it's over $300 for the basic plan, and Kartra starts at $99. But as you can see here, the last item here, funnels and automation, this does not even include the $300, the nightmare of trying to integrate all of these products together. And, or if that's even possible, first of all, and, or imagining having to log into 10 different tools or whatever it is to manage this instead of having just one tool you log into. So if you were to try and integrate all of these and the nightmare of managing all of that, I haven't even put a price against that because I think that you can't even quantify how much that would cost because it would be so custom. So I've even left this off, and even leaving that out, which is probably one of Kartra's biggest benefits in addition to actually knowing how to put all these together in the campaigns in the builder, but leaving all of that out, it's still over $300 a month. And with Kartra, it's $99 a month. So even at the $199 plan, tremendous value because you're getting all of that plus the agency plus way more limits. But I want to give you some quick criteria to help you decide if Kartra is for you. So if you need at least 3 of these functionalities, then I think Kartra is worth the investment. Or if you're really serious about growing your business and you don't want to swap tools and start migrating to things halfway throughout, and you want a tool that can really grow with your business, then Kartra is a great tool. Like I would say if you're just dabbling with something, you want a landing page and some emails and you're not even sure and committed to a business, maybe then you don't need Kartra, right? Maybe you can get by with like a free MailChimp account and $29 at like lead pages, or I don't know, $48 or whatever it is. Maybe you can get by for a month or two, but I would actually stick with Kartra if you need 3 or more of these functions, and or you're really serious about growing into a business and not having to swap everything out or integrate everything down the road. At the end of the day though, the best way to know if Kartra is for your business is to try it. And so I'm going to show you how you can get the absolute best trial offer so you can get the longest amount of time to try Kartra, maybe even make a few sales and really figure out if it is for your business. So if you just go to kartra.com, you'll see there are no trials or anything. It's just get started and you pay up front. Now there is a 30-day money back guarantee, so that helps, but still not great considering you have to pay up front. Just no one wants to go through the pain of that if you find out in a week. It's maybe not for you or not what you need. But I'm actually going to show you how you can get an extended 30-day trial of Kartra. All you have to do is click my special link in the description of this video and you will now be taken to a page where you'll see start your trial. So when you click this button, you actually see that you have a 14-day trial, but I said you can get a 30-day trial. So here's how you do it. It's a little trick. So just wait a few seconds and then slowly navigate away. If you do this correctly, it will trigger the 30-day trial. So I believe this only happens once. If you clear your cache and cookies, maybe you can get it to happen again. But if you do get this trial option here, I suggest you just go through with it and you just hit double my trial, go through the checkout process, and you will get a 30-day trial for $1. So to recap, Kartra's not perfect, but it offers a ton of functionality. It's 14 tools in one and everything is integrated. Also, the one-click campaigns not only help you do more advanced things faster, they also teach you marketing strategy and you can really learn and grow with the tool as there are super advanced campaigns you can get into and deploy for pretty much any use case. Lastly, it is a tremendous value if you compare what it would cost to get similar functionality if you were to buy point solutions and individually try and build the same tech stack as Kartra. And if you're interested in giving Kartra a shot, make sure you grab the 30-day trial, which is going to help you get the most amount of time to evaluate the tool. Also, to make the most of your 30 days, sign up for my free Rapid Funnel Builder Masterclass. I'm going to walk you through everything you need to do to build your first membership site or funnel, and then all the little extras as well. I think I just hit my mic. And if you're going to give Kartra a shot, I'd love to know what's the first campaign or membership site or funnel you're planning on building, what your business is about. Comment down below. I do my best to respond to every single person who comments and answer any questions. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button. Really helps me out, gets the video out to more people. And what you want to do next is check out the channel for all the Kartra videos I have. I went through things very quickly and no doubt there are certain features you really want to get more into. I have full in-depth tutorials for each of the features, so check out the channel. There's a Kartra playlist down below as well, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.